In a quiet, unremarkable town, a golden dog named Buddy lived a life defined by a single, powerful connection. His entire world was anchored to his bond with a boy named Max. Every day, as the clock strikes 5, the cycle of Buddy's life reaches its peak. This is the moment Max returns, the predictable anchor that ensures Buddy's world remains whole. The hours that followed were always the same, chasing butterflies in the park and sharing snacks under the heavy branches of an old oak tree. This routine became the bedrock of Buddy's day, a cycle where devotion was expressed as a physical destination he reached every afternoon at the front door. But then came the afternoon where the timing failed. 5 o'clock arrived, Buddy waited at the door, but the latch never moved. He sat by the entryway, his ears dropping as the minutes passed. Evening bled into night, the house went dark, and for the first time, the door stayed shut. When a primary variable is removed from a dog's strictly routine-based environment, it creates a psychological vacuum. The daily loop fractures, leaving an open, unresolved gap in Buddy's understanding of the world. Max was gone, and while the humans in town knew it was permanent, Buddy was left in a behavioral loop, waiting for an event that his history told him was inevitable. Days turned into weeks, rain gave way to cold winds, and the neighborhood began to change around the empty house. Max had physically moved miles away. This created a split. The human world shifted along a linear path of new places and passing seasons, while Buddy's internal clock remained locked in a single, repeating loop at the front door. Canine cognition lacks the capability to process the concept of a permanent move or geographical distance. To Buddy, Max isn't gone, he is just late. Every afternoon at 5, his expectation resets to 0, ignoring the calendar entirely. This cognitive loop forced a heavy physical toll. As winter arrived, snow piled up around Buddy's paws, yet he remained motionless. Buddy wasn't being stubborn, he was simply following the only logic he knew. The conviction that the routine would eventually fulfill itself if he just stayed in place. The isolation of his vigil finally broke when a little girl named Lily noticed him. She saw his refusal to leave, and instead of trying to pull him away, she sat down beside him in the snow. She held his paw, choosing to join his routine rather than disrupt it. This new presence changed the nature of the wait. It was no longer a solitary endurance. It became a shared experience, defined by quiet company and small moments of warmth. Lily couldn't close the gap left by Max, but her presence provided the emotional support Buddy needed to survive the seasons of waiting. The seasons eventually turned, until one golden evening as the clock moved toward 5. A quiet, familiar voice spoke his name. Buddy recognized the sound instantly. He snapped to attention, coiling with energy as he turned to find Max, older, but finally standing on the sidewalk. The reunion was the physical release of years of waiting, a collision validating the singular focus Buddy had maintained through every winter and empty afternoon. When we look at how a dog sees the world, the metrics we rely on, calendars, maps, and distances, simply don't exist. These icons dissolve, leaving only one thing perfectly understood: love. That central node represents the connection that remains when the metrics of time and geography are stripped away. Loyalty is a commitment that persists even when the wait becomes painful. For a dog, if the bond exists, the return is always worth the wait. If this look at canine devotion touched you, share it with someone you fiercely love.